Hello, everyone. Before we even start, do me a huge favor.
Here we go.
If you appreciate gaming coverage that actually respects your time, hit that subscribe button. Right now, we're tracking the signal and the noise, and for this coming fortnight, oh man, the signal is strong.
It really is. I mean, usually the end of January is kind of a dumping ground for the industry, right?
Yeah, leftovers.
Exactly. You get the leftovers from the holidays, maybe a small update. But what we're looking at for late January 2026, it's not a trickle. It's a flood.
A flood is the right word. We're calling it the legendary Fortnight for Game Pass. And because time is of the essence, we're skipping the preamble. We have heavy hitters, auteur madness, weird indies, everything.
But we have to start with the elephant in the room.
Or the 7-foot-tall, genetically modified super soldier in the room.
That one.
January 29th, Warhammer 40,000, Space Marine in second. This is the one just sucking all the oxygen out of the room.
Finally. I mean, it feels like we've been waiting for this sequel since the Xbox 360 era.
We have. The original was 2011, that's 15 years. But we are finally back in the boots of Lieutenant Titus. Now, I want to get past the hype. Everyone says visceral combat. It's the #1 buzzword. What does that actually mean when you're playing?
Okay, so it's a specific design philosophy. Yeah. This is Saber Interactive, and they're not making a cover shooter.
Right.
If you try to play this like Gears of War, hide behind a wall, you're going to die fast. The game wants you in the fight.
It's that push-forward combat loop, isn't it? Like we saw in Doom.
Precisely. It's all about the gun strike system.
Yeah.
You stun an enemy, you get a prompt, and you execute them.
And that's not just for show.
Not at all.
Yeah.
That execution regenerates your armor. So the only way to survive is to do more damage.
Yeah.
You're mixing this heavy melee with bolters, and it creates this rhythm. It's almost hypnotic.
And the tech behind it, we have to talk about the sheer number of enemies. It's ludicrous.
It's the swarm engine. The same tech they used in World War Z. The Tyranids, the alien bugs. They don't act like individual enemies waiting their turn. They act like a fluid.
That's the terrifying part. They climb over each other.
They do. They form living ramps.
Mm-hmm.
If you're on a high platform, they'll just pile up bodies until they can reach you. It changes the whole tactical layer. You aren't aiming at a head, you're aiming at a wave.
So for someone who's maybe interested but doesn't know their Primarchs from their Psychers, is the lore a problem?
It can be dense, yeah. But this game is smart. At its core, it's a war story. You don't need to know 10,000 years of history to get big armored guy fight space bugs.
Fair enough.
The cinematics are massive, and it does a good job of giving you context without drowning you.
Plus, it's not just a solo thing.
Oh no, it launches with a full 3-player co-op campaign, which I think is how most people will play it.
And PvP.
A 6v6 mode called Eternal War. It's a complete package. Xbox Series X, PC, cloud, the blockbuster.
But, and I love this, the next game is almost the exact opposite of Space Marine.
A perfect counterpoint.
If Space Marine is about purging the alien with maximum volume, this next one is about quiet hiking.
Hiking with extremely high stakes.
Yeah.
January 21st, we get Death Stranding Director's Cut.
The definitive Hideo Kojima experience.
This is a huge get for the library. Now look, I know this game is divisive.
A little bit.
You play as Sam Porter Bridges.
Yeah.
Post-apocalyptic America. Your job is, quite literally, to be a delivery man.
I feel like the walking simulator tag really hurt this game at first. People just heard walking and checked out.
Yeah, but
there's a deep mechanic to it, right?
Absolutely. In most games, walking is just pushing a stick. Here, walking is a puzzle. You have to manage your center of gravity, the weight on your back, your boot durability, the terrain. You're fighting the environment itself.
But the real magic, the thing that makes it stick with you, is the online part, the social strand system.
Yes. This is the key. It's asynchronous multiplayer. You never see other players.
Right.
But you see what they built. So imagine you're struggling up a mountain. You're out of stamina, your boots are shot, and you see a ladder.
That you didn't place.
Exactly. Some other player put it there 3 days ago. And it saves you, and you can leave them alike. It turns this game about isolation into one about community, about altruism.
You start building roads just knowing it'll help someone else later.
You do. And this being the director's cut, you get some new toys.
Crucial toys, I hear.
Oh yeah. A mazer gun for early combat, new skeletons to carry more weight, and a cargo catapult.
Cargo catapult.
You can literally shoot your luggage across the map. It sounds goofy, but it really helps speed up the early game.
I bet.
Plus, on Series X or PC, you get native 4K, ultra-wide support. It's a visual benchmark.
So we have Warhammer's Chaos and Death Stranding Solitude. But this is where the lineup gets funny. We mentioned Saber Interactive earlier.
The Space Marine 2 guys.
Yep, they have another game dropping on the same day as Death Stranding, January 21st. It's called RoadCraft.
This pivot gives me whiplash. We go from killing Tyranids to paving asphalt.
Literally. It's a disaster recovery simulator.
It's in that same family as SnowRunner or MudRunner. You run a company that fixes areas hit by natural disasters.
But it's not just press a button to fix it, is it?
No, it's a physics playground.
Right.
You're operating real heavy machinery, bulldozers, cranes, the whole lot. The simulation of weight and material is the key.
So if you drive a 40-ton truck onto soft mud,
You're sinking. You're stuck. And figuring out how to get unstuck is the game. It's weirdly zen. It's just process and patience.
it's the ultimate dad game.
It absolutely is. Perfect for listening to a podcast while you play. It's got 8 huge maps, solo or 4-player co-op.
Just a heads up on this one, though. This is PC Game Pass only.
Crucial detail. But if you have the rig, it's a great palate cleanser.
Speaking of strange mechanics, let's talk January 28th. Drop Duchy. I saw the trailer and I had to rewind it. It looks like Tetris meets Total War.
Surprisingly accurate. It's a deck-building roguelike, but the main thing you do is place geometric blocks on a grid.
So you drop a square block and it becomes, what, a farm?
A farm, a fortress, an archery range. Exactly. But you aren't trying to clear lines. You're building a kingdom. And the layout really matters
How so?
because of how it generates units. If you place a river block next to a forest, maybe that spawns an elite ranger. You stack walls, you get heavy infantry. The architecture is the army building.
And then the game changes.
Right, you have the build phase, which is the puzzle. Once you lock it in, the battle phase starts, and your units fight it out in an auto battle. You just watch your strategy unfold.
So if you lose, your city planning was bad.
Your architecture was bad. And since it's a roguelike, you lose, you restart, but you unlock new cards and structures for the next run. It's got that one more turn hook.
Very clever. That's console, PC, and cloud. Okay, let's shift to the retro crowd. We have a triple threat of pixel art games coming.
Let's start with the one that just screams difficulty. Gaiden Ragebound, January 21st.
The developers what caught my eye. The Game Kitchen.
The blasphemous creators.
Yeah, and that explains the vibe. Is Ragebound bringing that same punishing energy?
It looks like it, but faster. This is a spin-off. You're not Ryo Hayabusa, you're his student, Kenji Masu. It's a side-scrolling action platformer, a real love letter to the 8-bit and 16-bit days.
So, expect a lot of game over screens.
Guaranteed. But where Blasphemous was a slower Metroidvania, this looks much more arcadey. Fast, violent, pure weapon mastery.
Okay, but if you want pixels mixed with something a bit more modern, there's Anno, Mutationem on January 28th.
Oh, this is a visual treat. It's that 2.5D style, pixel characters in a fully 3D cyberpunk world.
Like Octopath Traveler, but with neon and rocket launchers.
You got it. It's an action RPG. You play as Anne, a trained fighter looking for her brother. The loop is cool. You explore the 3D city, talk to people, solve mysteries. But when combat kicks off, the perspective snaps to a 2D side-scroller.
And you can customize your weapons.
Heavily. Weapon shifts, cybernetics, all that good stuff. It balances the narrative parts with pure hack and slash. The style alone makes it worth checking out.
And then we have the history lesson, February 3rd, Final Fantasy II Pixel Remaster.
The black sheep of the family.
For good reason. The original leveling system was, let's call it experimental.
Experimental is very polite. It was broken. In the original, you didn't gain levels. Your stats just increased by use. So to gain HP, you had to take damage.
Which led to that famous strategy of just having your party attack each other for an hour to grind health.
Exactly. It makes zero sense, but that was the game.
Does the remaster fix that? Because I do not have time for that nonsense.
Thank God, yes. They completely rebalanced the math. Stats grow more naturally, and they added auto battle and a boost feature to speed things up. It's actually playable for a modern adult now.
The story's a lot darker than the first one too, right?
Much darker. It opens with the main character's parents being killed. It's a rebellion story against an evil empire. Very Star Wars. It also introduced the keyword system, which was basically the grandfather of modern dialogue trees.
So if you want to see where the franchise really started experimenting, that's the one.
No.
Okay. We need to get weird.
Are we talking philosophical weird or unsettling weird?
Both. Let's start with the brainy one. The Talos Principle 2, January 27th.
Just a masterpiece of puzzle design. The first one was great. This one is just bigger and better in every way.
And the setup is heavy. Humanity is extinct.
Gone. But we left behind a robot civilization that thinks it's human. You play as the 1000th robot ever created.
And the puzzles.
First-person spatial stuff, lasers, gravity manipulation, body swapping.
Yeah.
But unlike Portal, which is funny, Talos is philosophical. The game is constantly asking you about consciousness, the nature of the soul.
The kind of game that sticks with you long after you turn it off.
Exactly. And it's set in these huge, beautiful, melancholic environments.
Now, if you want melancholic with the side of what am I even watching, we have Indika on February 2nd.
This is the wild card.
Yeah.
I can't stress how unique this game is. It's an indie game set in an alternate 19th century Russia.
And the premise is, a nun has a conversation with the devil.
A nun named Indika has the devil literally as a companion in her head. He talks to her, mocks her, challenges her faith. The gameplay is third-person exploration and puzzles, but the visuals are surreal. Distorted perspectives, giant fisheye lenses. It's aiming for an art house cinema feel.
It sounds intense.
It is. It has a point system that literally does nothing, which might be a commentary on gamification itself. It's short, narrative-driven, and it's not about fun. It's about the experience.
Definitely not for everyone.
No. But if you do want something for everyone, or just for your own sanity after all that, we have a palate cleanser.
Desperately needed. January 29th, MySims, Cozy Bundle.
Tier Nostalgia, a re-release of the old Wii classics MySims and MySims Kingdom.
It's basically Animal Crossing meets The Sims. You move to a town, build stuff, help people.
Yeah, with those cute, blocky, chibi characters.
Yeah.
And no microtransactions, just wholesome building.
But also, like RoadCraft, this one's a PC Game Pass exclusive.
Good catch.
So looking at this whole list, it's just stacked.
It covers the entire spectrum. We've got everything from a AAA spectacle to a tiny art house indie.
The ultra-violence of Space Marine, the intellectual challenge of Talos, the social experiment of Stranding, the sheer weirdness of Indika.
It actually highlights a really fascinating split in gaming right now.
How so?
Well, look at the two headliners again. Space Marine the Takis and Death Stranding. They are two completely opposing power fantasies.
Go on.
Space Marine is the fantasy of power. You solve problems by being the strongest thing in the room. You impose your will on the universe through force.
Right, it's cathartic.
And Death Stranding is the fantasy of persistence. You solve problems by enduring, by carrying weight, by connecting people instead of killing them. It's about service.
That's a great way to put it, the bolter and the ladder.
Exactly. And the fact that you can play both of them in the same week for one subscription price. That's why this is a legendary Fortnight.
Well said. I think I'm starting with Space Marine. I need to rev that chainsword. But Talos is definitely calling my name for the weekend.
I'm diving into Drop Duchy. I have to know if that Tetris mechanic is just a gimmick or if it really works.
Let us know in the comments which one you're downloading first. And seriously, if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure you're subscribed. We'll be doing deep dives on these as we play them.
Until next time, enjoy the games.